top 10 quick comic picks. I'm Andy.
I'm Matt.
We're here with Infinity Flux Comics out of Chattanooga, Tennessee. And this is our quick show where we show you about 10 of the biggest and best books that are coming out this week to your local comic book store. Or if you shop with us at infinityflux.net, you can get them over there right now while supplies last. And there is some big ones this week, so don't miss out. Head on over there right now. But let's get into this week's worth of comics.
Yeah, we're going to start with a huge one. Wolverine Revenge #1. Jonathan Hickman, Greg Capullo, bringing us a Wolverine miniseries that is not in any specific continuity. This is its own story. There is something pretty major that happens to the planet, and original Nick Fury comes and seeks out Wolverine's help to steal something from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants that might help save the world. But it's going to be much easier said than done when he runs into Sabretooth and Deadpool and Omega Red. There are shocks and oh my goshes in this. This was absolutely fantastic.
And another big one this week, it's Predator versus Black Panther #1. Following up on the heels of Predator versus Wolverine, we have Black Panther, and this one's really cool because it gets a little bit more into the Predator and this Predator that's not quite up to his father's standards. Wants to prove himself by going to Earth and retrieving vibranium, which they know about, but it's going to face some Black Panther and Wakandan forces when he gets there.
Next is Ultimate Spider-Man #8. Now, this is another bit of a slower paced issue, but it's still really good and very interesting and important. We learn a little bit more about Spider-Man's suit, and I think there's going to be some things coming out about that at some point. We also learn a little bit about his place in this new Ultimate Universe, which is interesting. We see him and Mary Jane celebrating the kids' birthdays, which is great. And we get the introduction of this universe's version of Mr. Negative, Mysterio, Craven, Mole Man, and Walter Hardy, the Black Cat, who, along with Wilson Fisk, will form this universe's version of the Sinister Six. So big things coming for Ultimate Spider-Man.
Next up, a new book from DC Black Label and Tom King with Ryan Sook. This is Jenny Sparks. You may not be super familiar with this character, but she goes back to the Wildstorm days, all of that. And this is really interesting. She is a pretty complicated character with her powers and all of that. But when Captain Atom, the man with the power of nuclear level, gets out of his holding and he's a little unstable of mind, the Justice League actually go to Jenny Sparks to try and get him back. How is she so powerful? How is she planning on stopping him? And what do her powers actually do in this context? You'll have to read it to find out. But a very interesting, very mature in storytelling fashion first issue of this new Black Label series.
Next is a new book from Image called Standstill. This is going to be an 8-issue series, and this is about a man named Riker Ruel. He gets a device that he wears on his wrist that allows him to stop time, and with that device, he becomes basically a mercenary or some kind of paid killer for hire. And that's cool because we see when he does this, we see it from the perspective of everybody around him. So he'll be there in one panel, and the next panel he'll just be disappeared, and everybody's like, "Where did he go?" And the creator of this device called Colin Shaw, he just recently got fired from the government. He's the only one that realizes what's really going on. And he's not a big, tough secret agent or anything, but he's going to be the only one who can stop Riker and his big old crime spree.
Next up, a new #1 from Vault Comics. This is Something Crawled Out. And this is really hard to explain. It feels like it's setting up a lot of different plot points, but essentially it's about two characters, Eddie and Raynor, and they're friends. Eddie's a pretty normal girl. Raynor is a kind of mysterious guy where people don't quite trust him. And in this small town, children start going missing. I think they're children that may be a little bit older, start going missing. There's this mysterious man with glowing eyes, and it may be up to Raynor and Eddie to find out who is doing this. But the twist, Raynor might be the actual devil. So a lot of weird things going on in this book, but check it out. The art is great, and I believe it's an oversized first issue.
Well, next is Phoenix #2, and this one is every bit as good as the first issue. Phoenix is busy saving the galaxy one telepathic call at a time when she comes across a damaged ship containing none other than her father in law, Corsair. He tells her that he was on the gambling planet known as Game World. He heard that some people were going missing there. He started investigating and he ran right into well, I won't tell you who it is, but he ran into a group of villains that Marvel readers know very well, and it's going to be up to Corsair and Phoenix to take on these villains and find out what's really going on.
Next up, I've got Superman issue 17. This is an absolute power tie-in, and Superman and Zatanna are journeying through the dark roads of kind of a magical universe to find a mystical book that will help them rescue more of their fellow heroes wherever they are. But Zatanna and Superman are both without their powers, and this is a very dangerous road they're going on. But this issue shows, even without his powers, how good of a person Superman is and how he upholds justice and truth, all those good things. A really good issue of Superman.
And last for me is Epitaphs from the Abyss #2, and I love this one just as much as the first one. In this one, we get 3 more short horror stories from Matt Kent and Klaus Janson. We get one from Tyler Cook, and we get another one from Jason Aaron and Jorge Fornes about a kid who, after he is in a car accident, he wakes up and maybe he's missing a couple of body parts, and he keeps coming in and out of consciousness, and every time he wakes up, he's missing another body part, but there's a reason for that, and it is chilling. So if you like a good anthology horror story, you get 3 of them in this.
And last up for me, I've got Gotham City Sirens issue 3 of 4, this weekly series. We're on our penultimate issue of it, and this one's great. We learn a little bit more of the Exo Punch energy drink that has been the big craze in Gotham. We learn what the ties with that and Punchline are, and her mysterious game that she has people playing where they're hunting other people. It's all crazy. It's all really fun in this issue of Gotham City Sirens. And that is it for our top 10 quick comic picks. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to head over to infinityflux.net where you can order these books right now while supplies last. And we've got a lot of some and few of others. So definitely head over there right now to get them. Stay tuned for a longer show coming up where we'll be going over these books, plus a lot more, their variants, all that good stuff coming up very, very soon. And until next time, see ya.